Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Daily Market Report brought to you by Mike Bjork. Today is Monday, and it's March 20th. Hope you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day weekend here. We got kind of a light day today. We don't have an economic on the economic calendar today. We got kind of a light week this week in those terms. Mostly because of some housing, like existing home sales to new home sales, stuff like that going on this week. So it's kind of a little lighter in terms for what's going to be released this week. Headline news is stock market's up a little bit. It has pulled back a little bit because some comments by Fed members. Oil dropped a bit after the G20 meeting, so they some investors are blaming the G20 meeting for lower prices of oil today. But there's some comments that were made by some Fed members, like for example, Fed member Evans out of Chicago. And made a comment in regards to the rate hikes, saying that he's in favor of 2 more rate hikes, but if it looks like it's going to continue going a lot, inflation's starting to get out of control over their 2% mark, that he would be in favor of another rate hike. So a total of 3 more by year end on that area. Also, another one out of Minneapolis, Fed member Kashkari basically made. He was the lone dissenter for the rate hike. He thought that inflation was still plenty of room to go. He didn't think the economy was moving as well. He thought the economy was not doing as well as they were hoping it to be. So he was in favor of not having a rate hike this session. So he was the lone dissenter out there. But he also kind of made some comments in regards to the trade, their balance sheet, basically how they're going to become more a seller. So what this basically means is that, as mortgage people, it basically would want to relate to you guys. If they become sellers, that primarily means that it's only going to become less. There's going to be less buyers out there. So if there's less buyers, obviously less demand. So as a result, that's going to drive interest rates up as we go forward. So be very careful here. You can probably see rates again. That's going to basically start driving rates up from here. So we're probably not going to get really any too much better in our rates right now. If anything, it's going to start worsening from here on out with comments like that, with the Fed becoming more sellers versus buyers right now. So just be a little cautious. If you're sitting on the sidelines and waiting to try to get that best rate, you might want to start looking at getting in sooner than later, because you'll probably just get burned otherwise. Oil, again, we mentioned the oil price dipped a little bit further down to about 48 and change. And then also it's kind of released, I didn't see a lot of headline news on this, but the UK basically said that they're going to implement or invoke Article 50 on March 29th and work and start. What that basically means is that they're going to pull out of the Eurozone or out of the EU starting on the 29th of March. So next week they're going to start beginning their exit plan from the EU. So again, I haven't seen much on that, but I would expect, especially a quiet week this week, you might start seeing a few more investors looking at that. So that could play a geopolitical role for the markets here. Here's the bond market today. We are just above the resistance here, or this first resistance level here. So we did close above it on Friday, barely, about maybe 3 basis points. Right now we're sitting right on it. We started at the same level where we were, and we're down about 3 basis points, so we're sitting right on that line. So our pricing is about the same where we left off on Friday, so there's really not much difference on Friday's pricing and today's pricing. All right, so not a lot of change there. Not sure, we could get some movement later in the day, but so far this morning we're kind of sitting just above that first resistance level, which is good for us. Alright, so anyways, if you guys want to get any further updates throughout the day, just come over to Twitter. You can find me underneath Mike Bjork at Twitter, and get the rest updates throughout the rest of the day here. Alright, have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.